Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Today is May 18th, 2018, and it's Friday. Anyways, yeah, Friday to me is just another day. Well, actually, I like Fridays and Saturdays because the nights go longer and the weeks, the hours are stretched a little longer, so it's a little better. And it just signifies to me the end of the week, start of the new one. Not necessarily for me. I'm not like the Gary V-ish, I mean, like, oh, I love the weekends. Not necessarily. It's more like, it's just the cycle. To me, I like cycles. So, it just signifies, we're getting close to the end of the cycle. We'll begin the new one. I kind of end my cycle on Saturday because on Sunday I dedicated to starting, the pre-work, for the oncoming cycle, which will be Monday. That's it. I mean, I love Sunday. I love the whole everything. In fact, if I would have a day off, it would be Saturday because that's the end of my cycle or whatever you want to call it. So anyways, today, I'm going with a short episode. We're going to fucking, again, short episode, guys. You guys are winning out this week. So, in fact, I'm looking at myself the whole fucking time to make sure that I don't go over too long. Clips today are just going to be what you saw at the beginning of the show because, again, the markets are in fucking red, they're in fucking tanking, and hilarious. Again, we were expecting what? We're expecting to be planting this is the flag on the fucking moon today, right? And it seems like it's getting repoed. But again, it's totally hilarious. I mean, we already know what the fuck is going on. And again, if you don't, let's talk a little more. Let's talk a little deeper because we think we do, but we don't. All right? I mean, sure, the whole mass adoption things and all these other things, but let's get down to the nitty gritty. Hey, had your coffee today? Anyways, all right. By the way, that shit tastes awful today because I had to mix my regular coffee with some other grounds that I found there, and yeah. Anyway, what's really going on today? I mean, what's really going on with the fucking markets is real fucking simple. It's not. I mean, it's a little hard to grasp. For most people, they're not understanding of what's going on. But the reality is, it's not that hard. The thing is that depending on the value of the dollar, the U.S. dollar. Depending on the value of these fucking things right here, okay, will depend the value of a Bitcoin. I don't have a treasure, but you get what I'm saying. Or I don't have a... This will be a Bitcoin. So, remember, these things, these coins, these Bitcoins are valued in these things right here, okay? So, this is how it works. How is this worth 20 grand? When these things are worth less and less and less, okay? When these things were worthless, then you need more of these to purchase this. When these things are strong and worth a lot, then you need less of these to buy this. So what do I mean? Well, we have a strong dollar policy going on. Again, what does that mean? That these things right here, these guys, are worth more. Okay? And since they're worth more, then the Bitcoin is worth less. Okay? It's real simple. Okay? It's not that. Now, if you've been looking at the stock market and the bonds, and as a matter of fact, fuck that shit. Let's just talk about currency and money. Well, we've been talking about. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even remember if it was this week or last week. But we were talking about the Argentinian peso, and we were talking about what was going on in the UK, what was happening in all these parts of the world. So today, I take a look, at what's going on. Where is it? Okay, sorry about that. Found the charts. Okay, so again, what's happening right now? When I was reading this article on the charts and shit like that, I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" Because I've just been away from them, been doing so many other things, but there's just too much to grab and go around. Anyway, but gold has gone below 13. What the fuck? It wasn't supposed to. So now it's lower than what it started at the beginning of the year. Remember, we were signaling 1350, 1375. We're signaling up and up for the rest of the year. What's going on? What's going on? Remember, these things are stronger, so therefore the price of something like gold falls. Why? Because you need less of these to buy gold. When this thing is weak, Okay, when this thing is weak, meaning you need more of these to buy gold, hence the price goes up. So anyway, Argentinian peso, tank. Remember we talked about Argentina. Now they started mentioning Indonesia, tank. You know, their currency is in the tanker. The Indian rupee in the fucking tanker. Oh, by the way, all this happened at the same fucking time, at the same day, which was April 10th. Oh yeah, it was last week. The Brazilian fucking real all the way down. And again, you know, we can go down and down. The only one that has the exception here is Hong Kong, whatever dollar. But again, you know, if you guys are from, I don't know if you guys remember or are familiar with the history of money, or when they were talking in the first few episodes of the history of money, I really don't remember when, but within that documentary, one of those episodes, okay, they talked about when they were talking, you know, they start describing and talking about the financial crisis, what happened in 2007, 8, and literally what's happening right now, what I've been trying to describe, and that whole thing. I don't have time to put all the charts. I'm just going to put the link and you guys go to the article and figure it out. But what's happening right now, right this second, right now with this, the dollar, the bonds, beam, all this shit. And again, remember, I've brought this up many times before, where right before the crash or right during the crash, and then everything is going to fall, whether it's Bitcoin, gold, you name it, everything at the same time. And then once everything settles, in a sense, then the real true value of everything will go. So meaning, you know, like a house will drop in price, a car will drop in price, gold, silver, Bitcoin will fucking go up in price. Okay, things like that. So right now, you know, we're witnessing it, you know, right before our eyes. So yeah, what I was getting at with the gold, the history of money episodes, you know, the ones by Mike Maloney, where they talk about the 2007, 2008 crisis and how it all started, and that Jim Rickards, you know, is the one that's the main guy that's talking about this, and he's bringing up, you know, he's telling the story as to how it happened and where it all happened. And so, like, you know, they start, I forgot where exactly it was, but it was in some point in the, like in Europe, there was some country there where everything started toppling, and then everything started toppling everywhere, all the way down. And again, I think it was until they got to Brazil, and then Brazil was a stop before it got to here, so which would have been a total disaster. And it all happened like that within a day or hours or some shit like that. So, you know, we're witnessing, you know, something very similar, if not the same thing, or worse. All right, how a lot of people that talk about this stuff, you know, that know their stuff, say it's worse this time around. So it's already happening. It's, I mean, literally happening. We could see it. I mean, it's not any more hearsay. So you guys have to remember, we're living through this right now, and we have to prepare and get ready. It's what happened. I don't know how you guys were the first time around. That's where whatever time around, but during 2007, 2008, where most people got caught with their pants down, because by the time that we figured this out, but we weren't listening to Peter Schiff and The Big Short and, you know, these guys. You know, we were, you know, listening to, you know, regular TV, CNBC, MSNBC. So by the time they told us that everything's crashing down, as we already know, it was way too late. So right now, me and others that are sounding the alarm are, you know, telling you guys to get ready, and you guys that already know what to get ready. This is the hardest part, because again, we're just here waiting until it happens. And but once it happens, we will be prepared. Okay? But, you know, all this is happening right now. So, you know, right now with the price of Bitcoin, you know, again, hovering right at $8,000, Litecoin at $130, you know, that kind of shit. You know, again, that's just signaling that, because if you go, you know, to the other, you know, charts, meaning like the monetary charts, the US bond charts, you know, all these things, you know, they are signaling exactly what I was just saying, that this is stronger, okay? And they're making it stronger, okay? And that's it. And that's what's going on, the manipulation, you know, on a massive scale. On, remember, the biggest Ponzi schemes we've ever seen, we've ever witnessed as humanity. So that's really what's going on. So it's just, we're in the end game right now. We're in the last stages of this whole fucking thing. So, yeah, man, it's just incredibly insane to see all this happening. And as a matter of fact, yesterday I've been driving around and doing a lot of work, you know, this week, obviously. Today's my first, I think it was first or second morning episode in a while. So, but yesterday I had the chance to listen to Joe Rogan. I haven't listened to Joe Rogan in a while, but fuck, man, I have to find exactly who this guy was, because that's how important, because I want to bring it to you guys. I don't want to get it wrong. But So and again, so like I have to catch up on a lot of episodes. So I usually, go to the one that I've, what is it? I go in order, you know what I mean? So meaning that I just go back to like the oldest one that I haven't listened to. And so it happened to be with Matt Taibbi. Okay, and I don't know who the fuck this guy was. I really didn't. And so, a lot of times when it's someone like this, I just go with the flow. And let Joe Rogan introduce this individual into my life or under other people's lives. Again, he's done this many times. That's how I got introduced to Jordan Peterson. How I got introduced to a lot of motherfuckers. Okay, and I think a lot of us fall in the same thing. So anyway, so this guy is a journalist and an author. I'm just gonna read what the description is. Anyway. He has reported on politics, media, finance, and sports, and has authored several books, including Insane Clown President and The Business Secret of Drug Dealing. Now, so when he got on the show, he was just promoting and talking about that book, The Secret World of Drug Dealing. By the way, it sounds awesome. I can't wait to get the book or whatever. I'm gonna listen to this podcast again. This is one of those podcasts that you have to listen to again, okay? It was like when I first heard Jordan Peterson. I was like, whoa, who the fuck is this guy? This guy's awesome. I'm going to hear this again. So, same shit with this. This guy's really cool. So, anyway, so that's how it started. The fucking podcast was great. But then towards the middle end, because again, what are they talking about here? Remember, what were they talking about? The secret business of drug dealing, okay? And it was just funny how, not funny because it's all fucking correlated, but how the episode ended, or not even ended. By the time it got to the halfway point, and from the halfway point to forward, okay, from my estimations, I don't know, because I was listening, I wasn't really keeping track of it, but it's like a good majority of like an hour and a half. It seemed like this guy Matt Taibbi was educating not just Joe Rogan, but educating everyone listening on the financial situation. Okay, not just the financial situation that we all know of about, what happened in 2007, 2008, but literally what has been going on since forever. And again, he condensed it as much as he can, and it was explaining a lot, and there was a lot of back and forth, talking about all kinds of other subjects, but the reality, but in the end, there's a super duper condensed version of what we already all know, and now all of a sudden it's being put on a platform where millions and millions upon millions, okay, have already heard this, are listening to it, or are getting educated on our financial situation, the Ponzi scheme. And I'll leave it to you with this, guys, okay? And you guys already know, but when he was about to start the conversation, explaining to Joe Rogan about the whole financial everything, and he said that, yeah, one of the first persons he talked to in the financial world, because again, this guy as a journalist didn't know anything about finances until he wrote about all of it, and was mind got blown, like it happens to all of us once we know what the fuck is going on. And I felt like fucking Joe Rogan, and not felt, but you could see Joe Rogan's mind literally go. You could hear it. So this is an amazing episode. It's just wow. It has me speechless, and I can't believe I kind of skipped over, but it all has to do with this. So, anyways, long story short, I gotta stop saying that. All my stories are long. None of them are short. But anyways, what was I? So yeah, he was not only was he educating Joe Rogan and everybody else, but it was just okay. Yeah, that how everything got to the point of like how he was going to start explaining the whole financial crisis. It was that he had asked, when he was first starting to investigate and write about this stuff, he asked someone that was in the finances, like, hey, how can I'm trying to describe this, I'm trying to write this, is so much to understand, help. And so the guy, okay, just, the guy that was in finance told him, listen, the reason you're not understanding this is because you're understanding this, through the world, through the eyes of an economist, through the eyes of, finance, through the eyes of whatever. If you really want to understand the whole monetary, everything and what's going on, you gotta look at this as a crime scene. You gotta look at this like, you gotta write this like a crime novel, like that kind of shit.
He said
that. Well, we know this already, but when he said that, I was like, wow. And in the sense of like, not only did he say that to Joe Rogan, and it's gonna explain it to him, he's as soon as he said that, I was like, wow, this is gonna be an amazing explanation, because he's gonna explain it to him exactly how it is. Remember, we already know that this is a giant mafia. This is we're all under fucking control here, and this is the giant Ponzi scheme that nobody ever gets to fucking understand. Okay, that this thing is worth nothing, and all that got explained in a short time span to this guy, to Joe, and everybody that was listening that didn't know about these things, which is a lot of people. So, all right, that, okay, is again another piece of the puzzle of the mass of the mass awakening that's happening everywhere, okay, throughout all our culture, okay, everything from Kanye.
How, Sway? Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
From Kanye West to this to everything, okay? It's just it's happening, and so again, you guys have to remember this, we're living and we're creating our history right now. So what's happening? It's very hard to gauge a lot of this stuff sometimes because we're going through it. But like when it comes to like the financial aspect of it, look, how about this? The social aspect of this whole history seems to be like with rocket fuel, and then this other aspect of it, you know what I mean, the building of the technology and the Lambos to the moon and all that bullshit, that's taking forever. And why is it taking forever? Because it's like it's all the energy where it's focused. And so I mean, it's taking forever because it feels like it's taking forever because we are going through it, okay? We're building it, we're doing it, we're doing the whole fucking thing. So that's why it feels that way, okay? But the reality is like the whole fucking thing is on rocket fuel right now, all right? So, yeah, I mean, all I can say is be patient and keep doing what we're doing, and that all this is beyond normal. This huge dump in price is normal. Everything that's happening is normal. And I'm not talking about, and look, first of all, none of it is normal, but it's normal in the grand scheme of things and how these cycles end, how they first of all, how they start, how they end, how the whole fucking thing, everything is again, it's running on perfect timing, okay? Or the clock is perfect. We might think everything's all whack, but the reality is everything is running on time, and they're, and how they're fucking doing it, okay? Regardless of all these conspiracies and this and that, okay? It's just that again, right now, it's that time where this is the hardest time. All right, for most individuals out there, this is where people now start. Again, remember, they keep getting squeezed and squeezed and squeezed and squeezed, and then they have to get rid of the few coins that they have. Whether it's silver or actual savings, it doesn't matter until they're squeezed to like almost to nothing, and then once they're rubbed to like the nub is rubbed to nothing, then they tank the economy, and then everyone's fucked. And that's usually how these cycles go. Okay, so that's why we gotta keep holding on to dear life, literally. Because that's what's happening, okay? Because if we get rid of any whatever, thinking, I'm just gonna get rid of a few coins here just to pay this and do that, the minute you fucking do that, that's a minute it all fucking tanks, and that's a minute you fucking lose it all and tank, and you end up under the fucking bridge. Exactly as they wanted. It is just as they planned. So, again, guys, it's all about, not just knowing the game, but knowing how to play the game and being part of this whole thing. I'm on all ends of it, okay? Because if you don't survive, this apocalypse, then how the fuck are we gonna be here to build the rest of it, okay? So remember, we all got to do our parts, and taking care of our own selves is a major part and component to this whole thing, okay? All right, guys, that's it. All right, I obviously went long as usual. So thanks again for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share, and have an amazing fucking weekend. All right, have so much fun, enjoy it, and I'm gonna see you guys on Monday, as always. I have a humongous crazy weekend as just work and finding a place and a bunch of shit, and I got a date tonight. So things are pretty swell, pretty good. You can't, it's just a lot of stress, a lot of shit I got on my plate. But again, if you know me, it's just the usual. As my friend likes to say, describe, I'm always spinning all these plates, like the plate spinner guy. So, anyways, but I love it. So, all right, guys, seriously, thanks again for everything, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Have an amazing weekend, having a great fucking time, and hodl.